had to set the bar. Try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Ready up. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. And get
They go play action with Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38.
And a first down, Chiefs.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson is going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Kansas City.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Jackson options out left. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
shotgun. They run with Barkley. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? Yellow lady! Yellow lady! I got you.
Stafford on first down. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
To throw is Stafford. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Devin White brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 31-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
All day, dog.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Set, hut. Lift your arm. Right there, 56. I don't think you got it, son.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Down. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, defense.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 27-yard line.
Flight 56. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Check. 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 Hold on. 56 to Muck, boy. 56.
From the 27, Jackson to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point safely through, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of...
Lamar Miller, he's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
A handoff to Barkley. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Jackson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And an update from a game going on out in Denver. The Broncos have taken the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Set, 180. Check 53. Here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 56 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Ready, 280. Number 53, Mike 53. Watch the screen.
First carry here for Tywan Jones. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And now here comes Kansas City. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Jackson. And the Raiders have got him. D. Ford in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
First down, Chiefs.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Push him back. Hey, push him back. He's checking. He's checking. Mike 56.
On the run, it's Barkley. And an alley to run. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check me out.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2nd down, it's Henderson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. what I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Jackson looking to throw on third. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Jackson, 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jackson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford is going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hey, 180. Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Fights through, and now a crease. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Let's go, let's go.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Chiefs.
Here we go. Here
From
we
the
go.
32 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's right, baby. They don't want
From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
53 is mine. Ricky.
The final shot before the break. Stafford setting up the screen for Miller. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning the turn.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Miller. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set, 280. 53, Mike. Here we go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
Stafford now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Miller. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Set, 180. Watch 55. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Well, no, it takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Stafford. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Raiders, first down and goal to go.
Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Stafford. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A.J. Derby, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders get a score closer. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now down to 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Set, ready. Took the Pittsburgh. Match by 4. Hey, tight. Check.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
But not a big gain with that play. But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3 and out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They begin with a run by Miller. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Hey, hold on. Check 56. Pick me up. Here we go.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Barkley wiggles free. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson, option right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command.
You waiting? Check.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford throwing deep here for Coleman. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball, So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
The Raiders on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Now he's going to go for it all. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Raiders. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Let's go.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Let's get it. Here we go. Touchdown.
From the gun, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready up, 54. Mike 54. Our time. It's our time. Mike 54.
Play action. It's Jackson.
You ain't going nowhere.
Over the middle here to Brown. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquise Brown, 78 yards, and the Chiefs add on to their lead. So the Chiefs opt to keep the offense out there, and they'll line up to go for 2.
66, pull it, high. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. Here we go, 56.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Ready? Blue 60. Check 53 is mine. I got it. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check it out. Omaha, ready, move.
Stafford on first down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need two of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Jerome Baker picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
It's a gain of 7, and it's a second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
The Raiders on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. Stafford looks to throw again. And Robinson with a big catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Raiders first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Stafford. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. To throw is Stafford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Check 31, check 31.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's got daylight. The 30. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Saquon Barkley. 71 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Over the middle, complete. It's Jackson.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd down, Miller with first down and more. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Kansas City, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
To make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. And I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Call an audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.